there that we have not faced to the extent of as if someone wanted to put a silver mine at the top of McKenzie. They had several of their rivers, including the Pistol and the Smith rivers, where they're talking about mining at the headwaters. Wow. And the community has actually had to deal with that, making those different challenges.
So one of the things that I really wanted to capture out of this meeting was what are some of the changes that you've seen in the McKenzie region in the past 3 years?
How many years?
3.
3.
In the past 3 years. What are some of the significant changes, some of the projects? What has moved forward really in the past 3 years?
The development of the Community Development Corporation, I think, is big, right? That's getting all the unincorporated cities together on the same page. That's huge, I think.
Yeah, I think, you know, the Ford Institute Leadership Program ended in 2014. In October, we had our little alumni celebration.
Yes.
And out of that, we developed our action team.
Right.
And that then has morphed into the McKenzie CDC. And I think that's a major accomplishment.
That is huge. That is unique to this area. What else has happened?
Signature events.
We've been actively supporting our signature events in a coordinated way, and we're looking for other ways to do that that will give us more bang for the money we're spending.
And you have new signature events as well.
Right.
McKenzie, the Arts Festival, wasn't that? Chainsaw Arts Festival, that's new. Isn't it in the last 3 years?
It came about after that.
It's been about 4 years.
But still, a result of this, you know, your event, the bicentennial, and then the Chainsaw Art kind of came out of that. So definitely a result of the Rural Tourism Studio.
And the progress that we made with our signage, with our community signs, that's not in the last 3 years, but it's
the signage in terms of the nameplate signs for as you come into Leoburg, Walsville.
And that's really that
predates 3 years.
No, but that was
a
major accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because all of them, you know, are the same design. It really gives continuity. I'm going to argue that Ashley has been a major accomplishment. That we've had 2 years of a rare AmeriCorps person. Right. And you know that's
capacity.
That's capacity building, and that's really important to us.
The Forest Service has replaced 80% of our wayfinding signs along trails.
80%. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's wilderness. And we've added a 15-mile mountain biking trail.
An epic. An infant epic.
And it's the old Leary, if you want the name.
Got it. That's perfect.
You know, I think one of the things we've also done is we've increased our capacity to go after grants. And I think we're still in the growing phase of that. Yeah. But I think in the last few years, you know, we're getting better at bringing in, writing grants and proposals and bringing in outside funds.
We got close to a new scenic bikeway. We have one that's been proposed, hasn't been designated.
Yeah.
We have a proposed scenic highway as well.
Yes, we do, and that's very close.
Is it very close?
It's very close.
Good.
Very, very close.
Been very close for 3 years.
Yeah, my understanding is that the next time the group comes together, they will vote on 3, and ours is in that group.
Good.
We just need them to have a meeting. It's the McKenzie.
You know, I think that the East Lane County Bicycle Connectivity Project,
Yes.
I don't know if we've all seen the fruit of that yet, but that's going to bear some economic fruit for us.
May I add to that? So I had a conversation with Tara from Cycle Oregon, and she's coming to your February meeting. And I sent a note to her and I said, hey, I just want to say thank you. We're really excited to have Cycle Oregon. Did you know we have this bicycle tourism studio? Connectivity, you're connecting our communities exactly in the way we would want. And she said, you know, I have to tell you that it's intentional, that Cycle Oregon is intentionally looking at both scenic bikeways and the communities that have been supportive of the Bicycle Tourism Studio. So our work with the Bicycle Tourism Studio helped. You know, it's not the whole reason that Cycle Oregon is coming through, but it definitely pushed it over in our favor as they were developing that route. So, thank you.
And a much smaller bicycle tour, it used to be Oregon Bicycle Ride, I think it's now Bicycling Northwest. They're coming through McKenzie and camping at the McKenzie Community Track and Field on July the 28th. So we've got 2 major bicycle tours coming through. That's kind of cool.
That is really neat. What else are we seeing?
We don't see any more restaurants. We see about the same number of a few have opened, a few have closed.
Okay.
It's
So
kind of
equilibrium
one
almost.
indicator up here, places for people to go and.
Well, Alexa, this ties into one of your hats.
There's reasons for that are not what you might think.
And what you don't see here is the utilization of our local produce, which are.
We do not see that?
No. Filberts, blueberries, lavender, none of our restaurants have, entrees that would feature that.
There was one catering company that was kind of out of a farm that we used for the FLP alumni celebration. Because that one that we attended, the caterer was from this area that had like this farm catering company. Female, super pleasant lady, I can't remember her name. Maybe
it
they
at a
shut down
Cottage
since
Grove?
then. I
Or
won't
was it on
remember the name. We
See,
can
it
check.
wasn't on the McKenzie.
Because we drove by and the sign was along
Oh,
the
you're talking
corner.
about the organic farm?
Was
They
it
did
the caterer?
catering, but they did food for the alumni celebration. And then quit?
They did donate to our community meetings, like salad cream and stuff like that. And
Nice.
they have an active CSA program, and they have a lot of events that I think the community could get behind a little bit more to bring more people. Jack Richardson is the president of the Lane County Farmers Market, so he's very active in the Eugene area. And I've also seen local produce being added to both of the markets upriver, one in Blue River and one in McKenzie Bridge. That's been fairly new and been expanding, so.
And the school is trying to, as we become a charter school, one of the goals that we have is to increase, we have a greenhouse and increase our produce so that we can not only produce for the school, which we already do somewhat, but actually reserve going to the food bank or into the community, so trying to expand on that.
Ashley, did you mention the Sunday market, the community side?
Oh, no, there's also a Sunday produce market at the Upper McKenzie Community Center.
Yeah.
It's been taking off. The
Yeah.
first year was in 2014 or 2015. Last year they had a lot more vendors, so.
Bill Barton and Ann are 2 of the folks that work on that.
That's really neat to see.
And then Margaret's helped with monthly potlucks and getting guest speakers lined up upriver, so I think that's been really helpful about bringing community together.
I think those Friday, evening things at the Upper Community Center are really, really good events.
Yeah,
As far as restaurants go, though, the McKenzie General Store has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
How?
It's a restaurant now. They've done a lot with the infrastructure there.
The facade, yeah, it's different.
But I was thinking there was one that was for sale and it got bought by another restaurant owner locally and shut down. So we've lost a little capacity there just due to economy, local competition. Interesting.
Well, and Ice Pizza has been for sale
yeah, thank
for a
you.
couple years now. The sign's still up, but